and Charles Davis, they've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
He had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 35-year-old quarterback in his 14th year now, Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 107 yards.
And how about the first month that he's had? Leads the league in receiving, making all the big catches, and becoming a bona fide #1 guy for his team.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Avery Jones coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. They'll need to get the play off quickly. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. He's going to field this at the 4. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're brought out there by their 4th-year quarterback from Central Florida, Blake Bortles.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Here's a give to Fournette. And some room to work. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
They'll run with Fournette, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the box that's highlighted is for Hearns on this offense.
Do you have your track shoes available? Because Allen Hearns is a guy that gets you on your horse if you're trying to defend him. He can take anyone deep and win on any route.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. This is Fournette. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's not always as straight as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Brad Nortman in his 6th year in the league on to punt it away, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Not good at all. A punt of just 24 yards there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Malik Jackson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
Antonio Brown just defies convention because when you look at his build, you see a slot receiver, a short, shifty guy, but he makes many of his plays on the outside part of the field like one of the taller, rangier receivers in the league. Excellent route runner, tremendous hands, and fantastic with the ball in his hands after the catch. Antonio Brown's one of the best ones out there.
Carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage.
I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here comes the Steelers defense making their way onto the field. And as we're going to see right here, they have been laying some pretty electrifying hits in this one.
And these are for real. Okay, as you watch, think about putting yourself in that spot, about being the ball carrier or the receiver.
I don't want to.
And then taking that shot, it is something else. It's not like when we were watching that video clip where they showed you how they make sounds for movies. This is for real.
They begin with a run by Fournette, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They fake the handoff. Now Bortles sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain of 32 that time.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Bortles now to throw. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Second down, here's Fournette. Down to about the 22 here. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a bodybuilders guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Red zone opportunity. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Flag 58 red. Flag 58 red. Flag 58 red.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Calais Campbell in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Play clock winding down. Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Jalen Ramsey was the 5th overall pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, and he more than lived up to the hype. Many people were wondering, was he a safety? Was he a cornerback? And most leaned towards safety. Instead, Jacksonville saw him as a cornerback, and he played terrifically. All-rookie team, one of the better young corners in the league in a short amount of time.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Now a play fake. Bortles. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 72 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well. If you're the offensive coordinator right now, that's visor throwing time, isn't it? Because that's supposed to work in a big way.
Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now Doug Marrone with a play clock almost out says, let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
Here we go now. 3-39.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Going up top. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. The play clock's running down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. They've got his man complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 48 yards.
I think one of the underrated aspects of Ben Roethlisberger's game is his ability to actually throw the football. We hear so much about his movement and escaping the pocket. Ben can step back there and fling it, and Antonio Brown is usually there to catch it.
We've really seen their chemistry develop, haven't we?
Yes, we have, and it's been really, really fun to watch.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. A little educational piece. I know a lot of people hear 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.
Okay, 4-3. 4 down defensive linemen, usually 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends. Behind them, the 3. Those are the linebackers. The middle linebacker, often known as the Mike, with 2 outside linebackers, the Sam and the Will. There's your 4-3.
Sam on the strong side, Will on the weak side.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On third down, Roethlisberger. From the left side, it's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Gun. It's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a second down. They'll go back to the ground with Bell, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Avery Jones in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
James has got it. Complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down. Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. And he coughed it up. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And they're not able to convert on fourth down. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now. But I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. On the run, it's Fournette. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Brad Nortman now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll try and throw for it here. And it is incomplete. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Paul Puslosny in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Paul Puslosny in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Paul Puslosny able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. A minute 57 to go in this 1st half. Back to Heinz Field after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll have Larry Ridley's highlights, but points obviously hard to come by in this 1st half. Larry will be in Orlando with our halftime report in about 2 minutes' time.
Yeah, he and his staff, they're putting together nothing but defensive highlights from the 1st half. And there's nothing wrong with that as far as I'm concerned.
Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. They'll run for it with Fournette. Runs over him. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Okay, I'm giving credit and then some on this call. When it's 4th and that many, you know that 99% of the coaches are throwing the football. In this case, though, they figured the defense was playing the pass, took a chance, ran the ball, and picked up the 1st down.
Now Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Clock running as Bortles hurries to try to get his guys set. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Ivory down to the 25. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Clock running as Bortles hurries to try to get his guys set. 3rd down. Here's Ivory. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. On first down, Bortles. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Bortles to throw on second down. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Fair catch signaled for and taken, and that punt went nowhere. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. A final shot before half for Bortles. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back now at the scoreless first half. The Steelers are not moving the ball through the air for a second straight week. The Jaguars have done enough on that end to disrupt the flow, and that's played into it as well. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Steelers have it at the 14. The pass and catch will lead to a fumble. Down so late in the first half. Postlesny's going to take down the QB here. This will go as a loss of 10. Still a little time left on the clock. Offensive line won't be able to hold up here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Still late in the first half. The pass ends up being picked off. Steelers defense happy to get off the field. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. No points in this one yet, but we'll hand it back over to a man who's always on point. That's Brandon Guyton.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. Now a hit and a loose football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Now Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal or a tight game like this, that's a good play. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Wide open receiver complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. He'll find the rookie, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And he also had an interception return for a touchdown last year, another one there. What's the goal for a defensive back? One a season?
One a season is
That's
really
fantastic.
Way more than you would expect. I mean, guys set those types of goals, but rarely are they reached, rarely are they achieved. To be able to pull it off back-to-back seasons, who says no one makes house calls anymore?
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out come the Steelers. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
He got 29 yards that time. Fresh set of downs here. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he's taken down, but not before he gets us into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Time running out here on the play clock. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, and defensively, you've got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop him, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet, not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Ben to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A big hit. Knocked out sideways at the 16. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
So they have now gone for it on fourth 4 times, and they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game, and there's a good percentage that says, go for it, you will actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. 0 for 4. They've got to start looking at things in a different way.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Fournette. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. The Jaguars on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. Fournette gets through, and now an opening. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 89 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated.
And he's going to go down again. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're buried deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school. I can do this. Until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of football.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Here's Brad Nortman now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Able to slither by. And now running right through it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Avery Jones in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Not that we necessarily see this as being in the cards, but worth noting that 21 points would equal their franchise record for largest deficit overcome. Certainly plenty of work to do between now and then. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. What a spin. A second spin. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You're not you, you're losing. Snickers satisfies.
Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Bortles going to throw. And he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but maybe not a big deal given this big lead. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Spins by. And some room to roam now. There he goes, right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking like the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Here's Roethlisberger. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This one taken from the 7. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early, it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now, all of a sudden, the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderado. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Now Doug Marrone, with the play clock almost out, says, let's take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The pitch to Fournette. A little juke. Room here to run. He's at the 50. 30, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, he almost got more than he bargained for there. On 4th and short, you just got to make sure you keep the chains moving.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. there with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game. And I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. Penning. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. To throw, it's Bortles. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A huge loss on the play, and that'll bring up a third down and very long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Shotgun now for Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. This is brought in at the 21. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Oh, look at this play call. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Now the gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense. They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Now Leonard Fournette, and the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 45. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, 2nd-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40. He's at the 30. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. And they will take a knee here.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And they take a knee. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Boswell's kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steelers defense getting ready here for this next possession. And not a good performance by them or by their offense, for that matter. Just hasn't been a good game.
And it's real easy at this point to point fingers. Hey, you guys didn't get a whole lot done today. Didn't give us much of a cushion. But the truth of the matter is, having played defense, your pride says whatever your offense gives you, you're supposed to allow 1 point less. So they're going to feel like they let them down as well.
Yeah, I guess fingers could be pointed on both sides. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll run with Fournette. And he'll be knocked down sideways. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them. But all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And the Bills have wound up winning that one. LaShawn McCoy, he had 3 touchdowns. Rushes.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Set! Back 20! What's that? Back. Right here, guys. Mike 51.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra.